Well, I got stung right under the eye as that burned like fire.
We're starting off this afternoon planting strawberry plants in our new field. We have 7 of us here all together. On the left there taking a drink is my cousin Tim. Right in front of me here is my cousin Joe. Then there's my mom, which you see all the time, and Ben, who used to work here a couple years ago. And then obviously myself, Sammy, and my dad. But they're getting ready to start watering the plants. So what's going on here right now is Mom is laying out the bare roots after soaking in the oxidate mixture. And then Ben, Joe, Tim, and myself are going through planting the berries in. So we've been at it now planting berries for a couple hours, and we're just doing these 2 rows. That's all the bare root plants we have. So basically how it should look is, it should almost look like nothing, just like some stems coming out of the ground. You do see a little bit of green life, which is good. We want to make sure the plants are at least living. But hopefully, if everything goes well, in 2 days, all these plants should have a green leaf or 2. All these plants are from Norse Farms, and if you want, you can purchase the tool to put them into the ground, which Ben is holding right here. All it is a piece of bent stainless steel into like an L shape with a like half moon cut in the bottom of it. And then to put them into the ground, you're gonna go about 1 inch up from the base of the roots, because you want those roots to be as long and as straight as possible into the ground, and push it in, maybe tuck it in a little bit with your fingers up to the crown of the strawberry plant. If you don't know what the crown is like right where the roots meet like the bulb of the plant. It'll get like a little bit fatter, it'll get a little bit harder. And once you get to that crown, like I said, you'll tuck it in a little bit. You don't want a big air pocket down there or it might not grow. And that's it. You don't want to create a huge hole also, because that just creates more room for weeds to grow, but also you want to have a decent sized hole so that way at least some water can get in when it rains or when you water them, anything like that. It's a pretty precise process, but usually it goes pretty smooth as long as we don't hit a ton of rocks, because when you hit rocks, that can make it a big pain. So while they all work on that, I'm heading down with Sammy and Dad, and we're gonna start watering these plants in with that water system that I set up earlier, which is basically just the water wheel planter and some hoses. This field is long for us anyway. One of the longest fields on the farm, like 1,400 feet. The potatoes look so good. The only problem we have is some thistle patches, but other than that, they're big, they're beautiful, there's no other weeds in them. I'm expecting a really nice crop this year. Usually by this time we've had to irrigate multiple times, and thank the Lord we haven't had to do it at all yet. So we finished the first row, and then we had some time to kill before they finished planting the berries in the second row. So Dad and Sammy went over the zucchini, cucumbers, and pickles that Mom planted in this previous video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But it's just seeds, and they could use some water because they didn't get any, because obviously the plastic was covering it before there was a hole. And so now we're just gonna give them a jump start with this fertilizer mixture. So it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. It is Wednesday. We worked late yesterday, so we didn't have time to unload truck from market on Monday. That's what we're getting done now. All these are empties. So because we don't have a ton of stuff yet, we only had 2 pallets packed in the cooler. Now we're heading to the field. I have one Kubota, Mom and Dad have the other. We're gonna grab collard greens, kale. I don't think we have any kohlrabi, cauliflower, cabbage, all that kind of stuff.
It's all doesn't matter.
I'll take that one. It'd be good to put the cauliflower in the lower side. That way
Huh? What do you say?
we were cutting cauliflower next to you. It's pretty far away though.
Now on to collard greens.
How many crates of these are we getting?
2.
We don't have time to get for tomorrow, but we need 4 for tomorrow. Oh, let me call, should I call Adam quick?
Oh, yeah.
So now while Mom and Dad get kale and finish up cabbage, I'm gonna grab dill. Boy, the dirt here sure don't look none too wet. Every time we come out, this is getting bigger and bigger, nicer and nicer. The vines this year are horrible. So we try and get like a 5-gallon buckets, like width-wise of dill. That's something close. I still got a bunch of it, but Mom and Dad Took my rubber bands, and now I gotta go get them from them. They need them for the kale.
Well, I got stung right under the eye as that burned like fire. Wait a minute. What?
Stung?
Yeah, well, you know how gnats bite you sometime? Got her or not?
Oh wow, it's 20 after 8. So we'll be right up. Okay, alright, yeah, bye.
So the last thing before Dad heads off to market is gonna be basil. This is getting pretty big, and it'll regrow just like kale will. So we want to get it cut, and then we can pick it again later on. Although I don't know if I was supposed to cut it that short. That might have been a bad idea, but it is what it is now. So Dad's gone. Now we gotta get Mom loaded up, which is just a couple things. Some cauliflower. I don't know why there's only 2 heads of cabbage, but there should be more cabbage somewhere. And some corn. Here's a box of green tomatoes she saved for herself. You know, I actually forgot. I don't know if we got any green tomatoes for Dad for market today, which is a pretty big deal. It'd be a shame if we didn't, but he's gone now. All the strawberries are in the ground now, besides like half a box, which is like somewhere around 500 plants. So that's really nice. Hopefully we'll get these in today, but cabbage is gonna come first. A couple white peaches, cucumbers. This is the last of the peas, green beans, and yellow beans here. Mom and I got that stuff picked. Now I'm down here to the cabbage. Gonna be watering these now finally for the last time this season. We have this whole wagon, and then we have that whole wagon over there, and then a couple sunflowers that are gonna also be going in the ground hopefully today. Just to make sure, like every other patch, this is the 3rd one, the biggest planting of cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, kohlrabi. I might be missing 1 or 2 things there. Collard greens. It's a lot of plants. I don't know how many acres it is. I don't know how many rows it's gonna be, but I can tell you it's quite a bit. So after I got done watering, the guys got finished with the pickles, cucumbers, and beans. This is their load for today. Not a lot because they picked them a little bit smaller than they should have last time. So this time they picked them a little bit bigger, and because they picked them so small, there wasn't a lot, which is okay because we had a lot left in the cooler. And so it's nice not to get too ahead of ourselves. Then after that, we ran down and we got onions. I just can't get over how nice these are. These are some of the nicest we've had in years. Right across the board, you got the yellow, you got the white, and you got the red. I'm waiting for Mom to get back. Dave's supposed to show up, and then we can finally get started in the field, planting all that cabbage. It's gonna take us probably 5-6 hours at least, and we gotta get started because it's already noon. And so I'm just trying to finish up here with the water tank. I got my fertilizer mixed with some hot water. I'm gonna stir this around, pour that in, and then we should be ready to go. Besides, I just wanna grease the planter yet. We try and grease it just about every time, especially when we're gonna do a big planting like peppers or this cabbage. My dad's using our other buckets for more fertilizer, so I had to put all the fertilizer in one bucket. So it's not gonna mix up very well, that's for sure. Fuel it up. I love this gas jug because it absolutely dumps the fuel. Dripping a little bit. It dumps the fuel out as far as like into the actual tank. I guess I don't have the lid on there very tight. It's dripping gas everywhere. Nope, I didn't. So I just got the tractor hooked up to the water tank down here. This is where we're gonna be planting, right next to the tomatoes, which scares me because obviously we are not far from the woods and the deer feel very comfortable in this area. So we're hoping we don't lose too many plants. We, if you've seen a while ago, lost quite a few tomatoes. We didn't really exactly lose a lot of tomatoes, but they ate a lot of them off. So then they had to regrow back, which kind of set them back a little bit. This right here is the plum. You can tell just because of their shape. We have one row of later ones down here. And just look at all the holes in the plastic. This is just from the deer walking through, which only creates a spot for weeds to grow. The tomatoes do look pretty decent for the most part, even after going through all of the deer trauma. This is some remnants of the deer. Actually, that one's not even too old. They like to just come by and just boom, take a bite right out of the top. So they're still doing it. Luckily, we have quite a few here, so they're not gonna get them all. Tomatoes are like golf ball size. Actually, these ones over here are even bigger. Right there, something took that tomato off. Right here, we're going on baseball size, but not quite there yet. We always seem to struggle with tomatoes. I don't know why. It's always something, whether it's dry. There's another one. There's a bunch more out there. Something's picking them off. Sometimes it's the weather. Sometimes it's the weeds. Sometimes it's the animals. This year, it just seems like the animals have really put hurting on them. I think whatever's pulling them off is probably crows or some sort of blackbirds, because you can see like little peck marks in them. The deer, I don't think, care so much about the actual tomatoes, but more the actual plant itself. Right here. This is fresh from today, still wet and juicy. That's from a crow. Junk.
Is that why you laid it there?
What?
An absolute peg. It just happened to fall there.
Just happened to be there. So it's 8:30. I just finally left the farm. We got finished planting around like 8 o'clock. I'll show you the field probably in a couple days. I don't think I'll be down there much now. I have no reason to. The tomatoes aren't ready. And obviously there's nothing we need to do with the field besides maybe put some deer repellent around it in some way, shape, or form. So anyway, I'm heading down to Sammy's mom's house. Sammy's down there now. She made dinner and I am starving. So I'm excited to see what she made. But with that being said, that's what I'm calling it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. And always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.